The presents have been opened from underneath the tree. The wine has been drunk, and the post-feast food coma may still be in effect. And maybe, like myself, you got a fine Christmas sweater as I did. However, that's all in the past today, and yet the past is present today too. It has been a record-breaking year on the small screen with 495 original scripted series in 2018. Ba-boom! And of those, 10 have made our list as finalists for the best new shows of 2018. Starting off, we have USA Network's Unsolved, the murders of Tupac and the notorious B.I.G.
What do you know about the Christopher Wallace murder?
Biggie?
You're going to find out who really killed the notorious B.I.G.
Gunned down on the streets of Vegas and LA respectively back in the 1990s, the real story of what happened to these two legends may never be known. But the Kyle Long created and mainly Anthony Hemingway-helmed anthology provided a deep tracks remix that sought to peel fiction away from fact. At number 9 on the best new shows of 2018, we have what some of you may have considered a cheat, Season 9 of The Walking Dead.
You think you got all this on lock?
We need to start talking about making some rules. An agreement between all the communities. Like, this is how we treat each other. And this is what happens when we don't.
Now you may be well to inquire, Dominic, how can the long-running AMC series even remotely be considered new at this juncture? Well, when you bring in a new showrunner in Angela Kang, who hit the reset button hard on the Zombie Apocalypse Once blockbuster to tell some of its best stories in years, you lose not just your leading man in Andrew Lincoln, but one of your leading ladies in Lauren Cohan, and consequently jump through time to shift the whole axis of the show based on Robert Kirkman's comics to a much more horrifying core. That's a rebirth with a lot of bite. Next, we have a tie of global proportions with Netflix The Letdown and Babylon Berlin.
It's a cautionary tale about creating a monster. So I actually marked a bit for us. Yeah, listen to this. By the dim and yellow light of the moon, I beheld the wretch, the miserable monster whom I had created. It's funny. It's beautiful prose.
One is an Australian comedy about the pitfalls and pratfalls of new parenthood, and the other is a big-budget police and political thriller out of Germany set during the Weimar Republic just before the birth of the Nazis coming to power.
I have been told that our mutual friend is doing business on the side.
He's ambitious, dogged, a ferret. I'll deal with it.
Both made their international debut on the streaming service this year and further expanded hearts and minds around the world. Coming in at number 7 on our list is Patrick Melrose.
We've taken Aqaba.
Sir?
I'll have another of your very refreshing martinis and bring me some salmon tartare followed by some steak tartare. Tartare. Spicy, very spicy. And your wine list.
An adopted tale of well-heeled abuse on a multitude of levels, this Showtime Emmy and now Golden Globe nominated limited series led by a tour de fucking force from Benedict Cumberbatch was addictive in all the right ways. And closing out the first part of our top 10 new shows of 2018, ladies and gentlemen, Pose.
Focus, children. It is time we remind the world who we are. Jackpot.
Mother, what do we take?
Everything.
The category is royalty.
We live in the society of the spectacle, and in so many ways our world is a tattered simulacra, a pastiche of commodified images posing as icons. However, this 1980s ballroom set history lesson in LGBTQ culture, as my colleague Dino Ray Romo said in his review of the Ryan Murphy EP to FX series, goes large, with the biggest transgender cast ever on television, but also stays very real and close to the bone of fabulousness and the hard choices and consequences it can bring. And that performance by Indiana Moore kills it. So strike that pose and fire up some of those shows for a slaying binge. And I'll see you in 2 days for the top 5 best new shows of 2018. Put your bets on who could be number 1.